I'm standing in the middle of the Mazda Heritage Collection as a part of their R&D facility in California. You're going to be witness to a series of videos celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Mazda Miata. This video is going to be an overview, and there's going to be 4 more videos after this, which will cover the NA, NB, and NC and ND, all the generations of the car. So if you're watching these videos out of order, just know there's more to absorb. But let's get started and talk about the history and all the great things about this car.
Basically, when we started the concept for the Miata, it was to create the ultimate lightweight sports car. The whole premise or idea behind it was to try to take the kind of passion of the old British sports cars, but provide Japanese DQR, which is durability, quality, and reliability, and provide a product to consumers that wouldn't have, electrical problems or oil leaking on your driveway.
The beauty of the Miata, besides being so much fun to drive, is that it's close to bulletproof. You just don't have mechanical problems with particularly the early Miatas. I just can't imagine any car that I have ever owned being as much fun as the Miata is.
So the Miata is really sort of this pure essence of lightweight sports car. And we really are focused on being as simple and pure as a car can be, and really focused on the driver's enjoyment of driving the car. Whereas so many cars get all tied up in specs and performance figures and practical considerations. All this car's focus at is putting a smile on your face. And I think that purity of purpose has really given the car the longevity that it's had and sort of the broad appeal that it's got. It's not only appealing to sports car enthusiasts, not only appealing to people who like convertibles. It's got this really sort of fundamental thing that anybody who drives it can enjoy.
So we wanted to have the club activities that most Japanese guys never had. So we've written down on the initial concept to have a club is a very important part of this. In other words, it's not designing just the hardware, but we want to design the culture around it in a way.
The Miata first came out in 1989. I was actually shopping for a Corvette. And everyone I looked at had something that was falling apart on it. And then the Miata finally came out, and that was it. I've had one ever since continuously. I call it my escape pod. My wife gave it that name because we had children at home, and when I needed an escape, I'd just go out with my car club and have fun in my Miata.
Hi there, my name's Barb Sullivan. I live in Valley Center, California, and overall I've owned 8 Miatas and other Mazdas also, and it's been the best 17 years of my life. So meeting the Miata Club people has been my family, and it's been my history, and I've autocrossed, and I've just name it, I've gone on any run I can get my hands on. And it's just been incredible.
So MX-5's had a great history. Obviously, we've got 4 generations of MX-5. So the original car started out, again, this pure concept, lightweight sports, fun to drive, simple, not a lot of technology, but a very basic concept. And again, it goes back to sports cars of the 50s and 60s. Over the years, it's evolved. Obviously, it's gotten a little bit bigger. Safety requirements have come into play. There's a lot more technical regulations that we had to adapt to as far as the size of the vehicle, pedestrian impact issues, side impact issues. So the car has actually grown a little bit. It's also got a lot more refined over the years. So with the ND, we obviously wanted to get back to those roots. As I said, the car got bigger through the generations. A lot of it was safety related, but keep it simple. Manual transmission, simple non-turbo engine, all of the things that really were what the heart of the first generation MX-5 was, is what we wanted to bring into the ND.
I sort of delineated NA, NB, and C differentiation between first to second, second to the third. Fourth, well, fortunate or unfortunate, I never had to do it. I left Mazda by then. I got a phone call from them saying, we're gonna start the 4th generation. I said, ooh, I did the first 3, but not necessarily 4th. But I said, look, 100 yards away has to be Miata, you know, recognized as a Miata at the 100 yards away. But at that point, ND should be ND, not NC or NB or NA. I did it like NA to NB, 100 yards away, you couldn't tell the difference until like 30 yards away, then you know it's NA or NB. So ND has to be recognizable at that 100 yards, but you know it's the 4th generation.
The Miata over the years has evolved, you know, a lot, as any car that's lasted this long will have, but it's kind of evolved almost in a circle. We've been trying so hard to stick to the original simplicity of the car, and everybody always wants, you know, they get a perfect car and like, oh, this would be great. I just wish it was a little bit bigger, had a little bit more power, or a little, you know, the wheels should be a little bit bigger. And those little sort of temptations chip away at the car constantly. And you can see over the years, it went from having little 14-inch wheels to 15s to 16s, and I would start getting more features, and a lot of things would get improved, but as we add improvements, it adds up to more bulk and more weight and sort of takes away some of the purity of the car. And so you sort of see as it goes from really simple but very slow and very basic in A, and gets faster and better as through NB and NC, that it sort of, as it got better, it also lost some of what made it a Miata in the first place. And so the ND was sort of a circle back around to that real essential, simple car.